Hi, my name is Nicole Keller, and I am from Gaithersburg, Maryland. So before I met Piper, I honestly was feeling lost. My brain fog was terrible. I was constantly sleeping, always exhausted. My mood was impacted. I was diagnosed with so many different autoimmune diseases. My doctors could never find conclusive results that led me to a clear diagnosis. So they just kind of were just giving me roundabout answers as to what I was experiencing. They were just labeling it something to label it to give it a name, but they never really had conclusive results or tests that were able to be given to me that would make me. My husband always said to me, "Do you want to be told that you have this disease? Do you want to be told that you have cancer? What do you want to be told? Like they're telling you they're not finding anything." And I just said, I want a name. I want a name for all the problems that I'm having. I want a name for all the pains that I'm experiencing. I want a name for, everything that I have dealt with. And I wanted a medicine to just take all of those feelings away. And they couldn't do that. So I got the diagnosis fibromyalgia, and I was put on Lyrica. I was put on high doses of Lyrica, and it took some of my pain away because I had pain from head to toe, along with my anxiety, my brain fog, my exhaustion, my mood swings, everything I was dealing with. And I just kind of dealt with it. I had sensitivities with the food that I was eating. I was very judgmental about the naturopath, the holistic type of doctor. And my sister-in-law was always, telling us, holistic remedies and things that I should try. And I was like, your sister is cuckoo. I can't do those things. So I really was always wanting to believe that doctors and medicine were the answer because that's the story that was always told to me. So, it took me years to really turn my life around and my thought process around because I was kind of sick of going to this doctor to just refill my prescription every 3 months. Nothing was changing. And, it just took a lot of conversations and a lot of different research, I Googled a lot, I researched a lot, and just years later, I found Piper through Facebook, to be honest. We were both in a networking group, introduced myself to her. We were both in the same group, and we just had a connection call, and I was just hearing her out, and I was hearing about what she did to help her child and all of these other individuals that I saw on her site, reading a lot of the stories. And I said to her, I'm like, but you work with children. Do you ever work with adults? And she showed me the testimonials, and I just was at a point in my life that I was at my wit's end, that I was willing to try anything other than just shoving medication in me every 3 months, going for another visit to just say, here you go, here's another script, here you go, here's another script. I'm like, there has to be another way. So when I found Piper, she changed all that for me. So I hired Piper to help me evaluate my health. She told me all of the testing that I needed to get completed. And to be honest, I always thought that there was some kind of genetic component to what I was going through based on other individuals in my family who have dealt with other, ailments. And, so I did all of the testing and got all of my results. And it really was unbelievable. The fact that everything that I really thought and believed in my heart of hearts and my gut, that everything was connected from, the genetics and how we're born, what we eat and where we are in our environment and what we do and what toxins we put in our body. It really was amazing to see the fact that, she told me all of the ingredients I couldn't eat. She told me what foods were impacting me. She told me, the genetic predispositions that I have gone through. So we had 5 different phases of supplements that I had to go through. I mean, I had to remove corn and soy and gluten and dairy and egg. And, alongside that, I had to take supplements at, every 3 months or so, we switched up the protocol. And it really was unbelievable because for the first time in years, my brain fog was going away. My anxiety was getting better. I wasn't exhausted anymore. I felt the way that I was surrounded, like around my family and my friends. I wasn't as moody. I wasn't as temperamental. And I started to understand the whole gut-brain connection through that all. I felt like it was a miraculous discovery. Not only did I have to remove toxins from my food, but I realized that we live in such a toxic world. There are so many things that are surrounding us that it's not just the toxins we drink, the toxins in our food, the toxins in vaccines, whatever, toxins are in our life. It's also the circle we surround ourselves by, the community we decide to, align with. And I really took a really hard look at who I was surrounding myself with. And I made huge changes and decided to remove myself from going out, being more social, from my social circle. I had to change a lot of that as well because I realized that, who I surrounded myself with just made me a very different person. So I had to change all of that. Working with Regenerating Health has truly helped me change my life. I am a different mom. I am a different wife. I am a different friend. I view everything very differently. I've had to change my perception on so much. I have realized that there is so much out there that causes harm to us. So I see so many old versions of me, and all I want to do is tell them I was you. I used to think like you. I used to be like you. And there is so much more that you can do to help yourself get better and become a better version of yourself, and not to look at it in the way that we all used to think and learn in old habits. So changing those old habits.